Hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. So whilst we haven't really been out recording in quite a while now, we've decided to do some investigations into our older videos. So today we're going to be looking at Kiryu Castle, which we filmed not long ago. And did we really capture something when we went there exploring? We tried to obviously see if there was any ghosts. I mean, it is rumoured that it's been highly haunted. So we decided to go there and film, and yeah, today we're going to be analysing our clips and seeing if we actually captured anything which we didn't really see or notice. So this is the story about Kiryu Castle. In the early 17th century, the castle was owned by Sir Roland Rees, an ill-tempered individual with a reputation for treating his tenants terribly. Among his more peculiar characteristics was his fondness for a pet ape, which he kept in the castle. It was a vicious animal, and Sir Roland enjoyed setting it on unfortunate underlings. One of his victims was a Flemish man named Horowitz, who had come to the castle to complain that Sir Roland's son had seduced his daughter. Refusing to believe the charge, Sir Roland accused Horowitz of slander and released the ape as punishment. The man was left battered and bleeding by the creature, and he crawled home more dead than alive. That night, Horowitz was awakened from a fitful slumber by a series of unearthly screams and howls from the direction of the castle. He dragged himself out of bed and went to investigate. The night sky was lit by a ruddy glow. Kiryu Castle was on fire. No one knows how the fire started or what exactly happened that night, but Sir Roland's badly mauled body was found lying among the smouldering timbers. Crushed beneath a beam was the corpse of the ape, with blood upon its fangs and claws. It is believed to this day Kiryu Castle is haunted. Locals say they hear terrible sounds and disturbing the dead of night and echoing around the castle walls. Okay, so with that short briefing, as you can see, Kiryu Castle is believed to be highly haunted because of its dark history, as well as the ghost of the ape that has been known to be seen and heard around the towers of the castle. So obviously we went here first to go and check to see if we could pick anything up. As you can see, the west tower there. So we went up the stairwell, as you can see, and we did one of our static tests. You've probably seen the static tests in our previous videos where we tried to pick up voices, and yeah, half the time they usually do pick up quite a few things, but in this first test we didn't really hear a hell of a lot. It was mainly just static, and the wind was interfering with the camera as well, so that didn't really help, so we couldn't analyse that over, as I do say that in the video as well, so we may as well fast forward here. So we then went to the stairwell side of the tower, just the one that we've just climbed up, to maybe see if we could capture something then, because the actual upstairs, well, the second floor of this place we couldn't get to. It was inaccessible, which is quite annoying really, because again, this is rumoured for the side of the castle which the ape would have been roaming. So again, we didn't really pick up anything here. The wind didn't really interfere with it this time. Just analysing it over, we didn't see or hear anything, so there was no point me playing any of this in this edit video. So we'll skip this section and we'll go over to the next side of the castle, which is believed to be the most paranormal. Okay, so we started walking over here. As you can see, there's a door on the right hand side. We couldn't actually go into that bit because it's believed there's bats and everything and nesting in there, so we couldn't go in there. Then we went to this bit here where again we could only access the stairwell, but we did actually pick up quite a few noises and everything in this clip. So we'll go ahead and play the sounds now, and we'll analyse, see what they say, and see if we can work out what they say. So here we go, guys.
Right, if there's something here, say something. Communicate with us through the static.
Okay, so clearly we could see a female voice. I'll go ahead and edit it in a few times now so you'll be able to hear it. Now, after editing a hell of a lot of it and trying to slow it down so it's understandable, I come up with this. Now it sounds like it's saying "my sister" or something along those lines. If you guys listen to it really carefully again, if you can't hear it properly, please put headphones on, you'll hear it better, and tell me what you think it says. Personally, I think it says "my sister." So is this a woman trying to communicate to us, or somebody saying that it's my sister trying to talk to us? It's quite interesting. Anyway, let's move on to the rest of the clip.
Oh, we got something. Was that you? It was a female voice then. It was a mumbling. I couldn't really hear too much. Oh. Communicate to us. It's louder over this end, so I'll go back towards here. Is there something here? Are you a female that used to be in this castle?
Okay, so in this clip we seem to capture what seems to be a male voice. We're going to analyze it now and replay it and see what we think it could possibly be. Now, after analyzing this and editing a lot of it to try and remove the static and see what it says, personally I don't think this is a human voice. Maybe we've communicated with the ape. Who knows? You guys let me know what you think of this noise. I don't think it's human. I think it's some sort of animal. Maybe a dog, maybe an ape, who knows? You guys let me know, and then we'll move on to the next clip. Okay, so for the next few minutes we walk into this room, which I don't really know what it is. I think it would have been some sort of... well, it's next to the entrance of the castle, so it could be potentially anything. It could be something to store food in. We don't really know because I haven't researched into that. But we walk into here and I walk around the room first with the static. I haven't turned it on at this point though, I was just searching to see what else is in here. And I've noticed this strange sort of shadowy figure that appears when I walk into this dark area. I'll fast forward it to the clip and I'll slow it down, and I want to see if you guys can see it in real time first.
There's some seat out there. Basement just down there.
Did you see it? Well, you probably didn't, so I'm going to slow it down and you guys see if you can see the eyes that seem to appear behind me. Now, you probably didn't see it, but you gotta really look for it, and I don't know, it's weird how it appears. You'll see it here, I'll replay it now. Like, it literally only appears for the split frame, and then it just disappears with the camera moving. If it was something on the wall, you would feel it wouldn't blur as much as if it's moving with the camera. So, it's quite weird. I don't really know how to explain it. Again, it doesn't even look like a human apparition. So, yeah, moving on to our final room. We decide to go into the small little back room which is connected to this same room, which I've just seen that. Obviously analysing it, I didn't see it in real life. So I move into this small little tiny room. I think it would have probably been used to look out, and I would say if anybody did die in here, it would be down to the fact that they would have been seen by enemies and they would have been fired at them, like say the guards and stuff, and they would have died in this room. Although it might be unlikely because the window you just saw behind me is very, very small. Anyway, I'll play the clip and we'll review it.
Did you die here? No? Nothing? I feel like I'm breathing.
Okay, so analysing this is going to be quite hard because it could have been outside sounds because we are right next to a window. I'm going to slow it down, try and edit it as well to see if we can pick anything up. And when I say edit, it just means condensing it and basically just doing sort of sound tests to it to remove static and other noises picked up in the background. Okay, so going over that edited sound, it's clearly not breathing. I don't really know how to explain that. It just sounds like a sort of hammering noise, echoing. It's not really explainable because, again, I'm not there now. It could have been anything. It could have been something outside. It could have been works in the distance or something. So we can't really say that is breathing. Okay, so we just seem to have captured a male, very British sort of voice. Again, I'll edit the sound and we'll review it. Okay, so my personal opinion is either saying stranger or traitor, something along those lines. It's very difficult to make out because it's said so quickly. That's the best I can narrow it down to as well. I did try to slow it down, but slowing it down makes it more or less understandable because you're talking then really slowly and it's very difficult to understand.
We got something there as well. It's picking up voices here, but we...
Okay, so the strange sound, we can't really say what that is because I'm currently talking over it, so we're going to ignore that one.
Can't really seem to communicate much with them. Oh, there's a massive cobweb. But I didn't hear what that said, so considering this thing is right next to the microphone, hopefully you guys heard that. The spider web there. Yeah, so walk back into this room, see if we can pick anything up, and then we'll move to the next bit, which will be our last one, which is this cellar. There's something here. Last time to communicate in this tower.
Okay, so we're going to ignore the rest of the breathing and just focus on this one single breath. It's quite eerie. Now, that is really unexplainable, mainly because I was nowhere near the camera. You didn't hear me breathing at all, and then you quite clearly hear a breathing noise right next to the microphone and then breathing afterwards. So that is one of the most unexplainable things I've ever actually recorded on these ghost tests. It makes it very interesting as well because... again, it's unexplainable. It could be the paranormal, and I don't know, it's not really something else you can explain what it is. Like, if you could clearly say, oh yeah, that's an animal outside, or it's like somebody else in the room, but there was nobody else there. You quite clearly saw that I left my girlfriend outside. She got too scared in the original video, you could see that, and yeah, it's unexplainable. Okay, so without further ado guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed, and comment, let me know what you thought these noises were as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. We upload loads of videos all around Wales where we go check out paranormal places, abandoned places, and we explore little places as well that not many people know about. So please go ahead and subscribe. If you've enjoyed today's video, like the video like I said, comment, subscribe, like, and we will see you in another video. Peace out guys.